Good day, Merry Meet. My name is Glennis, and I am the Witch of Whitetail Hollow. I want to thank you for joining me. Welcome to my channel, and welcome yet again to Herb Week. Well, the herb that I have chosen this week is lavender. Maybe there's a few things that you know about it, maybe not. I don't know. And then there's something else that starts with an L that I thought you guys might need from time to time. I know I do from time to time, and I'll touch on that in a little bit. But lavender, we'll start with lavender. I was gifted this lavender from someone just absolutely just wonderful, wonderful. This was actually fresh for a time, and this has actually been charging on my altar until it has dried. I've gotten to where I really, when I get to the hollow, I want to start a lot of lavender, and I've had a few people discourage me. It's really hard to seed and things like that, but I'm going to give it a go no matter what. Nothing ventured, nothing gained, right? But lavender is actually a member of the mint family, and it is known that Roman soldiers used this herb to wash their clothes in and perfume their baths. But in magic, lavender is a masculine herb associated with Mercury, which we all know has to do with communications, and lavender is also associated with the element of air. And this is why I've chosen a yellow candle and a yellow ribbon here. Unfortunately, this is a take two, but we'll get through this. But yellow is associated, again, with air and powers of the mind. And this is what this spell is about, is your mind sharpening. Whether you are in school, or whether you're starting a new job, or whether you're starting on a new project in an existing job, or just you want to sharpen your mind, just generally speaking. But lavender can be used in so many different ways: healing, in divination, of course, sleeping. You can use this to consecrate your ritual tools and attract money. But I very often use lavender in my love spells and spells that require a calming effect. Now, I use lavender very, very often in calm me spells, because I find sometimes if you're doing a calm me spell for someone, that maybe some cross words were exchanged. And so to get, and again, to be very careful with your spells and the wording of your spells. To have someone call you, you don't want them to call you angry or upset or anything like that. So, which is why I use lavender. But this is for mind sharpening. So what you'll need is several sprigs of fresh or dried lavender, whatever works for you. And whatever, I chose 5. If you want to do 3, 5, 9, whatever works for you, 13, whatever works for you, I chose 5. And you'll need a yellow ribbon and a yellow candle. And really all you need to do is to take your small bundle of lavender and take a few deep breaths and hold it up to your nose and just enjoy the aroma. Bring in as much lavender into your lungs that you can, and release all negative thoughts, because in this spell there is absolutely no room for negative thoughts. Okay? Light your candle. And go ahead and bind your small bundle of lavender. And I've done that. And what you want to do when you are winding your ribbon, visualize yourself either passing a really difficult test in school, or maybe finishing a project at work that you know is going to be hard. Maybe the time frame they expect you to have it done is not realistic, but visualize yourself getting it done to your satisfaction, getting it done to their satisfaction. And if there's any any at all negative thoughts that try to come into your mind, allow them to quickly pass through and disappear, because like I said, in this spell, there is absolutely no room for any negativity. But visualize yourself accomplishing your goal, whether, like I said, a difficult work situation, school situation, or it could be something as simple as you're going to a big party and you want to make sure that you try to remember everyone's name that you meet. Again, this is a mind sharpening spell. And you want to take your candle, if I can get it, and you want to use a few drops to seal the ribbon here. And hold the bouquet, the small bouquet in your hands, and say, actually anything, whatever you prefer to say. But we can say something like, power of lavender, my bright, beautiful bouquet. My mental clutter is swept away. Yellow of east, yellow of air. My mind is sharp and clear. Take your bouquet, and you can take it if you have a private space in school that you can keep it there, or maybe at a desk drawer at your workplace, maybe in a drawer that you know that you're going to be using with some articles of clothing before the big party, no matter what. And just allow your candle to burn down. As you can see, I think you guys can see in here that I've got a little bit of the lavender that has actually is spilling everywhere, but it just, I can tell you, this bouquet really does not do the commercially prepared oil any justice, because the aroma here, and I've thought all this time, I don't like lavender. I don't like lavender because I smell the chemical air fresheners, you know, that you plug into the wall. And I'm like, I don't like that. It's too sweet. It's just too much for me. And some of the commercially prepared oils I find are just too much for me. And I have gotten in my practice, and I hope that you will too, to start making your own oils. Of course, you guys know I already offer my own oils. All you have to do is shoot me an email, but I do my own oils. And what you want to do before you put any of the fresh or dried herb in your oil is you want to very gently warm your oil. And again, you want to hold it in your hand and keep it warm, make it warm. You never want to put a fresh or dried herb and simmer it. You never want to do that. But what I did is I prepared this oil. Again, like I said, this is take 2, so my apologies. But I will put this on my altar, which is a cool, dry, dark place, and it will stay there for a week. I'll strain it, and I will have some just absolutely lovely, lovely fresh lavender oil. This is going to be just absolutely fabulous, and it's going to be charged very, very well. And again, that's one of those things with commercially prepared products, and I don't want to offend anyone by their commercially prepared products, but things like their cleansing sprays, the Florida waters, and things like that. If you can make that yourself and the incense yourself, then please, by all means, do that. And the other L that I wanted to make you guys aware of, and unfortunately I don't have it fresh, I don't even have it dried to show you, but I've discovered it in the last year or two, and believe me, I have needed it the past year or two. but let's see if I can get it here, is linden flower, and it comes in tea bags. Now I don't use this in spells, but I actually, and you probably could, but what I've been using this for is I will brew a cup or a pot of tea, and this is a very, very calming tea. Uh, so if you find yourself headed for a tranquilizer, which I don't even know if they prescribe tranquilizers anymore or whatever, and certainly I'm not in any way saying go off of your prescriptions, but if you find yourself agitated or, you know, like really agitated, very upset, try and sit and have a cup of linden tea and see how that works for you. I wholeheartedly recommend it. I mean, I personally wouldn't overdo it, especially if you've got to drive somewhere, go somewhere, or do something. But certainly something like this in the evening, you know, just kind of help you relax before bedtime and things like that. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you join me next week for the letter K. And it's actually pretty interesting too. Something maybe you guys don't know about, maybe you've never heard about, but I find it absolutely fascinating. And again, I'm only going to share with you things that I know absolutely work. Because I mean, like I said, who wants to waste their time on something that, will this work, will this not work? Well, all I know is what I share with you absolutely works for me. With that, I'm going to say thank you again. I'm going to say merry part, and I so hope to merry meet again. Goodbye, guys.